Hey everyone, and welcome back to another instalment of video games I'm currently playing, where once again this gives me the opportunity to let you know my thoughts and opinions about them, and also let you know how I got on with those previous games from the month before. And hopefully this will also give you guys a bit of an insight into some games that maybe you haven't played before and have always wondered whether or not they're worth checking out. But before we have a look at the games I'm checking out this month, let's find out how I got on with those first 4 games that I was playing during March. Well, if you haven't already played Super Mario Land 2, I suggest you pick up a copy straight away, as it's absolutely brilliant. And although it's just a little short, as I managed to complete it in just 3 hours, it has some really exciting levels and some great characters along the way, and some of the bosses are extremely exciting too. The hardest levels within the game were the Space Zone and the very last level when it finally comes to reaching Wario for the first time. But it's great fun and definitely one of the better games that I've ever played on the Game Boy. Well, the next game I was playing in March was Galleon, and sadly all my time was completely swallowed up as I barely got a chance to play it. But I will say, if you fancy a swashbuckling adventure full of mystery, sword fighting, treasures and a beautiful world spanning over 6 massive islands, this game is a great game to explore. The third game I chose was Golden Axe, and there's another game which won't take you long to complete, but I should imagine, like me, it might take you a few goes to complete the 8th stage during the game, as it can be a little frustrating as a large fiery dragon completely pummels the ground with massive amounts of fireballs. But this game is a great challenge and is definitely not one to be missed. And finally I was checking out Fable after John from Xbox 360 Collection sent me a copy, and this game is the main reason I had no time for Galleon, as I have spent many hours searching through this game and I can see its endless potential, and I will continue to play it as and when I can. I love how the game is based on every decision that you make and whether you choose to be a hero or a villain, and so far I've stayed to be a hero. I love how you can interact with many folk around the towns and villages and buy houses and items and help people out in many different ways. I don't think I've really touched the surface of this game yet, as I have many hours of searching to go, and I will definitely let you all know as and when I complete it, but definitely pick this game up. I've already checked out the second one and I'm loving every single minute of it. Well, back to the games that I'm playing for this month, and the first game that I've decided to play is this one, and this is Timesplitters Future Perfect. And you may remember that I recently picked this one up for my recent pickups video, and a lot of you messaged me and PM'd me about how great this game is and how much fun that you had with it. I've been playing it for about over a week or so, and so far I'm really hooked and completely addicted. It's really fast and action packed and has some great characters with a sense of humour. So let's check this game out. Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, I've been playing this game for a week or so, and I found myself being quickly drawn into the action, and I love nothing better than a game that gets straight to the point and lets you know exactly what's going on and where the story is going, and also a game which is fast moving and full of action and adventure. Timesplitters Future Perfect is the third instalment in the series, which was released in 2005 on the Xbox, PS2 and on the GameCube. You take control of Sergeant Cortez in the year of 2401, and we are once again on a mission to save mankind, which is on the verge of destruction. The game travels to many time periods throughout history, from as early as 1924 in Scotland and right back to the present day in the game of 2401. This game has some amazing features, and I love the puzzles that face you, and I love the weapons which have been laid on to deal with your enemies. This is a great game and I'm looking forward to diving into it deeper. Well, the next game that I'm playing for this month is Avatar on the DS, which I actually bought back in December, and I hadn't even touched it until the other day after watching the film of Avatar, which was finally released in Blockbusters, and I thought the film was absolutely fantastic and probably one of the best films that I've seen for a long time, especially in terms of effects, and I really cannot wait for a sequel to be released. And it gave me the urge to finally check out this game, and I really wanted to see if the storyline of the game was similar to the film and if it really captured the energy of the film as well. Well, so far what I've seen of Avatar is pretty fun and impressive, and the game follows the story of the Navi tribe on Pandora, and you as a player take control of Nook, whose home has been attacked by humans working for the RDA Corporation, and is pretty much run by a brilliant but a moral scientist who is in search for a cure for his daughter's rare illness, and he will stop at nothing and will continue to hunt for a cure no matter what the cost. And so far I've worked my way through the main village with Nook and have learnt that this game is full of puzzles which start off fairly easy to conquer and are now starting to become longer and trickier to overcome. Coming into contact with humans is also becoming more frequent, and in order to deal with them, you as a player can improve your skill levels and can also collect different weapons and handy tools to make your journey easier. I quite like the overhead perspective, which is similar to Zelda Link to the Past and Pokemon, and the music is pretty catchy and very fitting to the film as well. This is definitely a very fun game. Well, the final game that I've decided to play for this month is Resident Evil 4. Now, I recently did my top 10 GameCube games list, and it really gave me the urge to pick this one up and try it again. And this time I wanted to make sure I explored it further and really made sure that I understood the storyline fully, and also try and find all the secrets and save the game as fewer times as possible. And now this is the fourth time that I've played this game through, and I'm loving it more and more. Well, I started playing Resident Evil 4 again about a week or so ago and have spent a total of 5 hours in it so far. And this time I've set up a separate TV so I can sit closer to the action, and also I'm using a pair of headphones so I feel like I'm more part of the game. And so far I'm loving every single moment of it. And I'm making sure this time I've explored every nook and cranny of every building, courtyard and path, and have pretty much found every map and secret up to this point, whether they be hiding behind a wall or hanging from a tree. And also this time I've managed to save more money so I can buy each case from medium to large and update my weapons as well to make them more responsive and powerful. If you haven't played Resident Evil 4, well, this time you take control of Leon Kennedy, who is an agent working for the US government and has been sent to Europe on a solo mission to rescue the president's daughter Ashley. And so far I've rescued her and have now just recently lost her again as she was pulled through a revolving wall, and I'm currently working my way through the castle. This game is absolutely sensational and I can't wait to complete it again, and hopefully this time in a quicker time and with a better score. So these are the 3 games that I'm going to continue playing for the next month or so, and I will return with a follow-up video to let you know how I got on with them and share my thoughts about them as well. If you'd like to make a video response or add a comment and let us know what games you're tapping into for the next month or so, I'd really love to know and hear about it. And also if you'd like to recommend me any games for me to check out in future episodes, I'd gladly receive that also. Well, that's just about it for me for the moment. We've got an episode of video games and consoles from the loft coming up on Sunday. Have a great week, take care, and thanks for watching.